So, like I said, I was watching the Chamber of Commerce during question period. Now it's just over. A lot of good things. I can see a lot of good, and I appreciate the government as a whole, whether it's the Liberals, Conservatives, NDP, or any other party, for backing me up. It means a lot to me, and shows me I'm not being, how to put it, misled either way. Shows that something is working in the background. So I'm more confident. Uh, uh, and I'm sorry if my wife, you know, uh, was a little horny. She loves me and I love her. Uh, but anyways, all looks good to me. Uh, as far as Donald Trump and the states, the tariffs. Yesterday, I offered Donald Trump $1 trillion to remove the tariffs. Like legit. I went like, Donald, I'll offer you $1 trillion just to remove the taxes off your people. He didn't want to budge, and he explained why. It's still not going to help out the states, even if we take the money. It's to prove a point of what he's trying to do. We lost all chances of ever making money. We lost a lot. He said it's not against you. It is what it is, right? The states are screwed. So I kind of feel bad for them. He just wants to prove a point to the states, right? He wants to stand up for Americans, and I can understand that. Uh, he wants them to get off their asses and go to work. Basically, what is the deal. He wants people to do something in the states, other than crime. Not all Americans are bad, but that's where I see Donald Trump's really trying to push. Stop being criminals. Stop selling out your own country for money. Stop. Get off your asses and work. Stop doing crime. Like, I kind of get it. If you refuse $1 trillion to the states, well, I can understand. But I tried to end this peacefully. Trade war. I tried to end it. I legit offered $1 trillion here. Don't care. Just end it. Nah, I can't. You know. Oh well. I don't hate all the states. There's some good in the states, and I own a lot of the states, including a lot of North American companies, car companies, and stuff like that. I don't hate all the states. I can see why Donald Trump is doing certain things. I guess he wants to boost the American economy, get workers, back to work. He wants to find a resolve for the states, because ultimately all their businesses got bought out by Canadian. They're screwed in a way, and he's right. Donald Trump is right on that. The states are technically really screwed. Canada is, well, the states are going down. So I'm making every effort to pump money where I see would be wise or would be needed. And not only in Canada, in the States, my wife mentioned in the Chamber of Commerce, we got to restrict more our border with the states because of impacts from what was going on. We were hit by cyber attacks. We're constantly harassed by hackers and stalkers and stuff, and a lot of it would seem to come from the states. Apparently, I'm not too sure. So she has a point. My wife has a point. We might have to restrict some borders at some point. Not because I hate Americans, Keep travel to a minimum of some sort, for a bit, for safety reasons. We don't know. We don't know. We we'll take it day by day. Uh, so that's that for now. That's all I had to say. As far as Canada wise, everything looks good in my opinion. I realize there's problems in Canada. That need to be addressed, and I'm working on it. Like I'm working on hiring people, and stuff. Get businesses funded and so forth, right? And this fentanyl crisis, yeah, has to stop. We got to deal with the cartels. Lacing drugs with fentanyl, very dangerous. By legalizing certain substances for medical would automatically legalize them anyways. We could, whether we deal, on the internal, have our own stores, made drugs made in and cultivated in our own labs, or whether we deal with organized crime sector. We gotta stop certain things from coming in, like fentanyl. Or at least have the drugs that are safe for consumption, so that's another thing. I'll take a look at what I can do. But overall, everything seems fine in the chamber. Everyone had good points to put across. I'm frankly more into I'm more liberal or NDP myself, but even the conservatives had good points. I'll give them that today. Everybody seemed to have good points, no matter what side the argument came from. Everybody seemed, on spot. So yeah, kudos, and don't worry about me so much. I'm good. I could have it worse. One day we'll all work out.